Of birds live in Georgia at some point in their life, and most Atlanta area homes can attract about 20 different types of birds to their backyard. Good Day Atlanta's Ron Gant has more on how to get started.
Hey everyone, it's Ron. I'm here with Melody McDowell from Pike Nurseries, and Melody's going to talk about how to bring or attract birds to your yard, and this is something I'm really fascinated with. So tell me how you get started with bringing these birds into your yard.
Well, there's three main things. You want to give them food, water, and shelter.
Okay.
So providing those will attract the birds to your yard. And let's talk first about plants that will help you with this. So next to you, right next to you, you're going to see a holly. And there are berries on the plant. The berries are food, but the holly and other evergreens like it are also shelter.
Okay.
So birds will bury into the plants itself and have a little shelter from the storm or from predators. Same with the ornamental grass, which is next to that. That's another place for them to hang out. And down in front, you're going to see a couple of flowering plants. When those flowers go to seed, the bird eats the seed.
You have to tell me what this is.
So that is mealworms. So the dried mealworms are something that's a bird treat. So you'll see birds kind of dipping their little beaks into the grass in the yard. Well, they're looking for worms, and this is just a way to provide them, so you can use a flat surface and put those out as a very special treat for birds.
Okay, I'll take your word for that.
Apart from that, we have seed. So bird seed comes in a few different varieties which attract different birds. Right here we have a bird feeder, and you can kind of see the seed.
And you can tell that looks good to birds.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a nice mix of sunflower and some nuts. The mixes attract the most variety of birds, so you'll get lots of different songbirds like cardinals to come to that. Now some of the smaller seeds, so like you see this here, see how tiny that seed is?
Yes, very small.
Yeah, so this is good for some of the smaller birds like finches, and that's thistle. And you'll want to pick your bird feeders based on that. So if you'll notice, this one has a large opening, so that's for the bigger seed, whereas this one has a small opening, so that's for that little thistle seed.
Okay.
Now if you have a problem, which a lot of us do with squirrels,
yes.
we've got some tips for you.
Okay.
There's some squirrel-proof feeders. So here's one where when a bird up to a cardinal size sits on it, they land and they can eat. If a squirrel sits on it, it closes the whole thing. Do you see how that closed it? So they can't get into it. Now these are fun. We have a variety of these. This one is called a flipper.
Okay.
Same kind of scenario. It is battery packed, so when something bigger than a cardinal, so a squirrel, sits on it, it literally flips him off. So he goes flying off the bird feeder and can't eat it.
Pretty cool.
And finally, hummingbirds are a favorite. They do migrate this time of year, but it is important to keep the food out there for the ones that are passing through, and they will come back next year. And they like nectar, so for them it's a liquid nectar rather than seeds.
Okay, well, I mean, those are some great tips. Okay, I'm going to do this.
Are you going to do it?
I want to do it. I want to try it. This is a mealworm.
Is it a tasty treat?
Yeah, you can't really taste it, so yeah, I can see where birds would come and be attracted to that and eat it. There you go, food for thought for the birds out there in your backyard.
Back to you.